Hello tarot readers, today I'm going to give a small tarot tip about how to find your voice as a tarot reader. What tends to happen when we're learning the tarot cards, we learn a lot through books, through courses, online, through YouTube, through many other forms that way, but it's all stored in here. When it comes to actually giving a reading, a lot of tarot readers when they're first starting find it hard to actually get the words from here out here. It can go in several ways. Rather, it can end up where you're completely silent, nothing comes out and you feel blocked. Or the opposite can happen where you end up talking and talking and let the whole lot come out and you're not actually expressing what you wanted to express. So you know the meaning of the cards, you know your spread, you understand what you're going to say, you can feel what you're going to say, but your voice isn't used to it coming out in that way. Now, you may be thinking, well, I know my voice, I've spoke all my life, and I know how to speak, but it isn't the same talking to a friend or a family member or somebody you know as it is giving a tarot reading, especially if you want to do it for clients who will be strangers. There's a whole different tone behind a tarot reader. That doesn't mean it has to be a different tone. It can still be you. It should still be the authentic you. But we do have certain keywords, certain phases, sentences, and ways of saying things in the tarot that we might not be used to saying on a day-to-day basis, and connecting them cards and making a story isn't something that we're used to saying every day. So if you're finding that you're understanding the cards but you're having a problem to express yourself, here's a few little tarot tips from me today. First of all, a great idea and a very quick way to learn this is to talk to yourself. Now, I know that sounds a little bit crazy, and it is. Yeah, go talk to yourself. But it really does work. If you get your cards out and you sit there, and instead of just getting the information in your mind, you start actually talking out loud and saying, pretend somebody is with you. Hey, Mary, you know what? This card means this, and this is going to happen, and that's going to happen. And actually start talking to nobody, but imagine somebody's there and start talking to them out loud. That's a really good way to practice because it will help your voice find what's in your mind and how to express it and how to take on the tone of the tarot reader you want to be. The second thing to do is record it if you can. If you're practicing with other people, obviously any recording you have to have permission to do. But if you're just practicing on yourself, or you do have the permission, I know it's a cringe factor for many people. When they look back, they're going to go, oh my God, that was so bad, I'm never even going to do reading again. That's quite natural and very normal for a lot of people. But recording what you're saying, it does help you find where your faults are and where your strengths are in your voice. You can look back and say, actually, I didn't want to word that way. I wanted to word it this way. So listening to a recording of what you're saying is really good for you to find your voice. Excuse me. Also, another good way of doing this is getting your cards and saying the description, what you feel is the description of your cards out loud. So you're talking about each card out loud, and maybe even connect two cards together. Hey, you know, the Hermit came out along with the Five of Cups, and I'm feeling this is what it meant. So looking at a description of individual cards and talking out loud is also a really good way to do it. Just go through the description. Basically, you want to be talking about the tarot at any moment you can. So if you've got tarot friends or other people who are learning tarot, you may want to get together with them and have a Skype so that you can talk about certain cards. It will also be good for you. That's your way of saying, okay, I'm going to talk about the Five of Cups now. How does it come out? And afterwards you might think, oh, I forgot to say this, or I wanted to say that, and I didn't mean to say it that way, and that was the wrong word for that. And that's good because it's part of your practice on finding your voice as a tarot reader. So finding your voice and your tone is really important to be able to express yourself, but it's also going to teach you what kind of tarot reader you are. You may be a very soft, slow, gentle, soothing type of tarot reader. Or you may be one of those tarot readers that say, hey, you know, this is the shit that you've got come on the table, these are your cards, this is the way it is, and blah. But you won't know what kind of reader you are until you get that practice in an out loud voice, until you get that practice in. So practice, 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 but practice out loud is really important part of finding your voice as a tarot reader. It's a shame the amount of tarot people I know that say that they do know the cards, they've actually taken courses, they've done, you know, a lot of research on tarot, they've practiced and practiced and practiced with themselves. And when it's come to practicing with a friend or with somebody else, they've felt so conscious about the words that they've been saying and the way they've described it, and it felt so out of balance for them that they've actually come back and said, oh, I can't be a tarot reader, and I understood the cards but I don't have the confidence to give a reading. And often it's not the confidence to give a reading, it's just the confidence to express how to give a reading. So try this little tip and hopefully that will help you get the tarot reader that's in here out here. And if you are practicing the tarot, I wish you the world of luck, and thank you very much for watching this short video. Thank you.